Hello guys. So in this video we will look at how we can connect to GIS server and what is the different type of GIS server connections. So in order to go to a GIS server or connect to GIS server, we need to open ArcCatalog, and right here in GIS servers we have different types of ArcGIS servers or map services that we can connect to. We have ArcGIS server, which basically if you have ArcGIS server installed somewhere, and you will have URLs that can connect to the map services that is published on this ArcGIS server. And in a minute we will see how we can connect to that. And ArcIMS is Internet Map Service, and it's another type of Esri map services. And this three here, WCS, WMS, WMTS servers, is not an Esri server, but it's another available map services that you can connect to. So let's see what each one stands for. So here ArcIMS stands for Internet Map Service, and it's basically a way to view static maps. Static maps means that you have a map that have some layers, and you cannot add features, you cannot use it to edit or to update any data. You just view the data on the ArcIMS, but also it's an old Esri map services. And WCS stands for Web Coverage Service, and WMS server stands for Web Map Services, WMTS Web Map Tile Services. And this three different type of map servers is kind of protocols that have been created by different organizations to allow using maps or coverage or tiles on the internet. So right now we are going to focus only on ArcGIS server because this is the one that mostly used by any ArcGIS products. And here we have one of the examples here. This map service right here is one of Esri available map services that we can connect to in ArcGIS catalog, but I want you to know how this REST services looks like on the web browser. So when you install ArcGIS server and you publish maps on your ArcGIS server, you have the ability to go to ArcGIS server REST services to see all the map services or the feature services that is published on this ArcGIS server. And here this is the map services that is published on this server that Esri have, and this is public server. It's for Esri to publish some maps so it can be shared by anyone and anyone can use it. You cannot do changes here, you cannot delete a service, and you cannot publish a service to this ArcGIS server, and you cannot do any edits for this one. This one is only for usage and be able to use it online as well. So for example, if we click on this first one here, this is a feature server called 50 and 100 mile buffer from Denver. You will see the details for this map service or feature service, and it have like one layer inside of it, and this is the extent, this is a spatial reference used for it, and here supported operations. You can do query on this layer. So if we open this layer inside this map server, you will see other details for this layer like the minimum scale, maximum scale, default display, also the extent, also here the fields, what is the name of the fields and the type of each field, and here the operations that we can do on this map service, which for example like query. If I go to query right here and I say I can do my query on this service, and we have a separate video for ArcGIS server, ArcGIS server manager, and ArcGIS REST services to see how can we use it and what it's used for. But right now let's go back here to our main folder root, and let's copy this URL and go to ArcCatalog, and let's try to connect to ArcGIS server. When I double click here, I will see that it gives me three options: use GIS services, publish GIS services, and administer GIS server. So the difference between them is use GIS service is a way to connect to ArcGIS servers that have public services that anyone can access it, but no one can publish on this ArcGIS server. No one can do any administration on this ArcGIS server. Publish GIS service will give you the ability to publish your map on this ArcGIS server. Administrator GIS server, that will give you the ability to really manage ArcGIS server fully, and you can delete any map service, or you can start any map service, or you can delete any map service. So because the map service we are going to connect right now is by Esri and we don't have control to do any administration on it or publish any GIS servers on it, we will choose use GIS services and we will go next. And then here you put the URL that we provided to see this map services on this ArcGIS server. And here you don't need to enter username or password because this is a public access ArcGIS server. I'll say finish. And now you will see here under GIS servers, I have a connection to this ArcGIS server. And when you expand the tree, you will see that there is a lot of map services on this ArcGIS server that is published by Esri, and you have access to it and you can use it. If you connected to this server as an administrator, and when you right click on any map service, you can see an options to delete, stop, start the service, and it will look something like this. Here, this is ArcGIS server connection on ArcCatalog that is connected using an administrator account. And here you can delete, start, stop, or restart, or manage this map service and give permissions for specific people you want, or change the properties for this map service. But because here we are connected to one that is public, we cannot do that. So that's basically how you can connect to ArcGIS server, is by double click here. Choose, are you going to be a user, publisher, or administrator? You go next, you enter the URL for the ArcGIS server, username and password, and you connect to it, and then you can manage any map services in there. Down here we have my hosted services, and because we created an ArcGIS online organization account and we signed in from here, I am able to see the map services that I published from ArcMap to my organization account. I can connect to it from here. And when I click on this folder, I will see that I have the Balboa Island map service that we published earlier in the course. And I have an option here to delete it, but I cannot stop it. So here I have the option to delete it because this is my map service. It's published on my organization account. And I have more options to view because this is my own map service, like for example, service properties. Here you will see all the properties that you set for this map service before we publish it from ArcMap. So let's cancel here, and then after that we have ready to use services. And again, because I have organization account, Esri provided me with a lot of free to use data like elevation or traffic or logistics, and this map services available for me to be used on ArcMap or to be used online if I want. So for example, if we open ArcMap and here we come here and add data from ArcGIS Online. If you cannot see this option, make sure you go to Customize, go to Add in Manager, and in the options, make sure you choose Load All Add-ins Without Restrictions. If you have this option or this option selected, you cannot see this option right here, which allow you to add data from ArcGIS Online. So let's try to add the traffic data from ArcGIS Online. And here I can come and search, say, traffic. And it tried to search first in my organization account. So I will remove this checkbox here to make sure that my search is applied to ArcGIS Online, not just my organization account. So here I have the World Traffic Service. I can click on it and say add, and it will be added to my map. So this service is existing map service from Esri that shows you the current live traffic information in different continents. So let's zoom into North America and add our base layer. Let's say we will add the streets. And now I have the street map as my base map. Let's open the North America here and try to zoom into the make visible. You will see that you can now see the traffic information, live traffic information coming from Esri map services, and you can see it here directly on your map. Also, you can add any data you want from the available ArcGIS Online data, or you can add your own organization account data. So here when I click my data, I have the Balboa Island, the map service that we published earlier. I can add it to my map as well. And when I right click here and I zoom to the layer, I will see the data that we created earlier in the course and we published it on ArcGIS Online. So that is what ArcGIS server connection is, what is my hosted services and ready to use services, and what is the difference between them. And now you know how to connect to ArcGIS server. Now you know how to add this data to ArcMap and you know how to publish any data from ArcMap to your organization account, or if you have an ArcGIS server installed to be used in your organization or where you work, now you can connect to this server from ArcCatalog, and when you publish any map from ArcMap, then you will have the option to publish it as a publisher or as an administrator. And this information right here, including this URL, I will save it to the course data folder. I'll call it ArcGIS server, and I will save it there, so you can copy this URL here and you can connect to ArcGIS server using this URL. And if you have any questions, please contact me and let me know. Thanks.